Only one cartridge can be played at a time. Do not rapidly switch among systems. Do not place the SNES cartridges in backwards. Now, that's something else. Why only SNES? Why can't we put every other cartridge in backwards? Because you're able to. But with SNES, it's a bad thing. Interesting things. Handle with care, obviously. Do not use both S-Video and Composite. Yeah, I don't use S-Video anyway. Anyway, so that's kind of the box. Now I'm going to open it. Alright, so here's the Retron itself. Here is the wireless controller I mentioned earlier. I've used this, I've felt this before, and, well, first of all, it's very light. I gotta tell you that. This thing is light as air. I swear, it's like only air exists in this thing. In fact, one of these days, if this thing ends up working, and I do my review, I'm going to open up this controller, just to see what's in it. But, yeah, it also runs off batteries, so that might be a bit of an issue. That might be a bit of something. And we also have wireless controller 2. We have the big behemoth of an AC adapter, that is. S-Video. The AV thing, which I'm probably going to be using. Another thing I forgot to mention is everything is in stereo, believe it or not. So, it's all in stereo. Even good old Nintendo, which originally came in mono. So that's pretty cool. Now, here is, actually, another thing, is there's no instructions. Not even, like, in here. There's no instructions at all. So, wait a while I get this thing opened. So, here's the console. And this is this Retron 3. This is where you put your Nintendo games. This is where you put your Genesis games. And this is where you put your Super Nintendo games. Now, another thing I want to say. A lot of the reviews say these take a lot of force to get out. They really don't. Like, sometimes they do, but it's not that much of force. You can easily... It doesn't take that much muscle to get it out. It's maybe, it's a bit more than, you know, putting a cartridge into the Model 2 Genesis. But, you know, it's nothing too serious. So here's the NES, SNES, and Genesis. And another interesting thing is, apparently on some models, there's a fourth setting that just does nothing. I've never gotten one of those models. And, a lot of reviews talk about that fourth switch. For instance, the one I remember seeing is Gamester81's review of the Retron 3. Anyway, power button, reset switch, go on the back. We have the AC port, S-Video, the AV jacks, and this switch, which I honestly have no idea what it does. What the? I just noticed something. The NES cartridge is in backwards. Well, that's broken then. Anyway, but I would assume. Hold on, it says. I remember it saying something. I just can't see it very well. Hold on. Oh, it says OJ. And so there's the AC adapter, S-video, composite. You get the drill. Something interesting about the composite actually is, like, it's sort of put flesh into the plastic. That's a bit awkward. And I can imagine some AV cords not fitting in there properly. That's a bit of a worry. NES Controller 1, Controller 2. SNES Controller 1, Controller 2. The IR receiver. And Genesis Controller 1, Controller 2. So, you know, that's pretty much it. Would you like to see how the thing looks when it's fully assembled? When everything's plugged in? Well, you're not going to be worrying anymore. Because it looks a bit like this. Now, something I thought was a bit interesting is everything on this console seems to have a tighter fit than everything on the previous console I purchased. Especially Genesis controller ports. I mean, this is really a pain to get in and out. Ugh. I mean, it's kind of a minor gripe, but still. Super Nintendo, however, surprisingly, is actually not that bad. So, it seems to be only things... It seems to be only the NES and Genesis that are kind of a pain to get in and out. Well, that's a bit out of everything. Well, not quite. Because there's still the moment of truth. Does this thing work? Well, follow me to where I plug things in, and we'll see. Well, the Genesis is plugged in, and since it said I could only have one game in the console, I decided to use Tetris. So, pop that in there. And, oh, hey look! It works. I had the power button on. So yeah, there's the NES side. I wonder if it uses different color LEDs for other sides. Genesis, Super Nintendo, and back to NES. Oh, wait, it said not to do that. Well, it's broken. No. But, yeah. It looks like it actually works. So, be sure to see a review. Unless it breaks within a week or two. In that case, expect to see a review possibly later. Bye!